So our hot topic today is quite a sensitive one, and that's because President Goodluck Jonathan, former president of Nigeria, had signed an anti-gay bill into law. According to the bill contains penalties of up to 14 years in prison and bans gay marriage, same-sex amorous relationships, membership of a gay rights group, and all that, and says that they can actually have up to 14 years in jail. So, but the truth is that today, the gay community in Nigeria seems to be growing, and people within this community are getting bolder, which on one hand is their right. The other hand, however, or the other issue is many marriages are crumbling because people are realizing that they are marrying people who are from the gay communities. So you meet a man, you fall in love with him, both of you agree to get married, and then at some point you find out he's gay or he has a gay partner and he's actively gay. And he's getting married either for society so that they don't, to mask his activities, or just to fulfill our righteousness. So the question therefore is, if these people exist within our community, should the laws against their sexual preferences be stiffer? Or should we accept that they are part of our lives and begin to see how we can live with them peaceably? What are your thoughts on this?
You know, one of the things I've learned, talking about nurturing the natural, is that when we hide things, when we don't face it head on, it has impact, it has consequences. And this is what we're talking about, how this thing has sort of infiltrated this deceit has sort of infiltrated our homes. So now it's with the legislation. How should the legislation be better couched so that people are aware of who you are, what you are, what your beliefs are, and then they determine if they want to be with you or not be with you. But they don't go into relationship thinking that you stand for something, because the legislation has sort of stopped you from coming out. And then we have many years of being unhappy and being sad, and, you know, just frustration all around.
So it's counterproductive. You're trying to have this morally upright community and society, and then you're causing people to mask who they are, and suddenly you're having even more issues. Let me come to you, BC, your thoughts on this.
What is happening now is a lot of people are just becoming bolder to say, I don't want to hide who I am anymore. I've been like this since I was a boy. I've been like this, and this is just it. Unfortunately for us, because of the way we are judging people, we haven't really given that, you know, that enabling environment for people to be their authentic selves. Now, this is not for me to go on the moral angle and say what is bad and what is... I am not a judge. But because people are afraid of being judged and crucified, we see a lot of pretenses. And then it's now giving a ripple effect in the marriages. A lot of people are married to people who are either gay, straight, bi. Some people are mostly in the middle, so they swing both ways. But because of society, everybody still does the hush, hush, hush. The people who are bold enough to speak are those who have a certain affluence. They know that, okay, we can question the law, we can do this, we can do that. I would appeal that we revisit our laws, that we make it, because the truth is, we shouldn't really judge people by their sexuality. We should judge them for being human beings. Who you decide to have something to do with shouldn't be public knowledge, and it's not something we should base because, okay, because you are this way, you are definitely a bad human being, but you are not. So we shouldn't judge people based on that. What we should do is to try to understand why they are the way they are.
When you are in a marriage, or when you suspect that this person, you're 35 or you're 40 years old, you fall in love with this guy, he's ready, you're ready, your family is excited, and you then find out weeks to your wedding that, oh, he swings both ways. Would you go ahead with it?
Truth is, I feel in that situation, you must take yourself out. Because one, it's based on deceit. So you were lied to. And that's the thing, the foundation of your marriage has to be, there are some things that are so important that it has to be based on love and trust and truth and honesty.
Generally, the culture of the Nigerian people do not largely allow homosexuality. And that is the reason when the administration of President Goodluck Jonathan passed it and accented, and the president accented to it, there was no general uproar against it because it sat well with the culture of the Nigerian people. Now, in the Western nations where this is practiced, we must also remember that in those nations, there are also laws that guide marriage that may not be popular here because of our culture. In those Western nations, for example, you are not allowed to have more than one wife legally. No matter how much you have, no matter what religion you practice or whatever.
The kind of society we have here in Nigeria is not the kind that will allow you psychologically to live with a man, knowing that he used to usually have whatever he has with a man. I don't see how that correlates, even with us as Nigerians. And then, on the topic itself, like what the previous caller said, I mean, it is unacceptable. And reviewing the law, believe you me, I don't see how it goes well with us as Africans.
When you hide a crime, it endangers other people. So that's what we're saying now. We can insist that, oh, this is our culture, this is the way we are, and this legislation must stay. This is how it must be. But there's an effect on the children we have in your house. How does that affect the young girl that's about to go out? She's going into school, she's meeting friends, she's talking to people, you know, and everything. And meanwhile, we have some people who have to hide who they are because they have been criminalized.